Because I really feel like it is a widespread issue in America that everybody feels burnout. Everybody doesn't feel like they have enough time to do the things that they enjoy, like their hobbies or family time. And it just makes you feel like you're failing both at work and at home.
Because remember this, if something were to happen to you, they're going to replace you as soon as possible. They do not care. Unless it's like family owned, then they might care. But typically, I mean, your team might care. But like the company itself, you're replaceable.
Right. Taking a name, you coded the door, and welcome to the game.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Dear Dilemma. Happy Tuesday. We have a submission for you, and Brooke is going to take it away.
Yes, we do. Okay, this says, why does full-time work take so much out of me that I have no energy left for the things I actually love?
Oh,
Facts. Mm-hmm. I want to go out and live life, but I also just want to sit at home in silence. Is this me?
I don't know. I was going to say this resonates with me so hard.
How do you handle that balance without feeling like you're wasting your time or your life? Like a work-life balance? I don't. Matter of fact, I hate my life.
She's on the brink of breakdown.
I want this to be my full-time job. I am on the verge of a breakdown, but
that's so hard.
I know, because I've worked since as soon as you hit the age that you can work, my parents were like, go get a job. And I missed out a lot. I remember on my senior year because I worked at IHOP, and once I hit 18, and I hit, my birthday's in November, so I hit 18 pretty early on in my senior year, and they were making me work thirds, overnights all the time on the weekend. I missed so many football games, basketball games, and it sucked. And that was in high school. Then it just continued to get worse. And so in college, I was working a full-time job, going to school full-time, and serving part-time, and that was every weekend as well. But I will say I did balance out a little bit better because at least on the weekends, I knew I'd be done by 10 or 11, which the parties didn't get started until around then anyway. So I just showed up, and I was like,
hey, I'm half alive, I'm tired, but I'm here.
But now that I'm older, oh my God. And I work from home and I have no energy. Yeah. I don't want to, I force myself to go do things because if not, the depression is just there. And I think about that as I'm working all day, wow, there's so much I could be doing right now.
Yeah.
If I did not have to sit at this desk for 8 hours a day.
Right. Well, and it sounds like whoever wrote this in has maybe an emotionally draining job, because it sounds like when, going home and wanting to sit in silence, I resonate with that so much because I'm constantly talking to people all day long.
Oh, yeah.
I almost play like a server in some ways because you're always asking them, what do you need? What can I get you? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So for me, when I get home, I feel that. I want to just go home and literally not
decompress.
Say a word. Yeah, and decompress. But then you feel like you're so burnt out from working full time that you don't have time to grocery shop and do laundry and meal prep and go to the gym and do all the things that you're supposed to be doing. And then you only have 2 days off during the weekend, but it's not enough to get everything done because you spend those 2 weekend days cleaning your house, doing laundry, mowing,
chores,
grocery shop, all the things. And it's oh my gosh, my weekend's gone. This is so defeating.
Yeah. This is something that America needs to change ASAP, especially for full-time employees. And I know it can depend full-time where you work out. If you're work in the restaurant industry or retail or things like that, you're able to your schedule isn't always Monday through Friday, but those that do have that Monday through Friday job, America, please take note of other countries that they are now allowing their workers to work they get 3-day weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're way more productive. I think it's still the same pay, or they might lose out on a little bit, but not much. Yeah. And they are so happy. Where is it at? There's a country somewhere, is it Europe or somewhere, where they focus more on enjoying lives and not working as much, and it's affordable to everyone?
Well, I think,
is that right?
I think Italy and Spain even, some of those places, they shut down at lunch for a siesta. They're closed for an hour or two to go home, and they're encouraged to nap. They're encouraged to, and then actually in Norway, they get a month holiday, so they they're off for a month out of the year.
They get paid?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Which is amazing. Now, so I work in the hospital industry, and I typically would work like an 8 to 4:30 job, like Monday through Friday. Well, there was a job that came open where it was doing the exact same thing. It was just a schedule change. So I actually, after I had my son, was able to transition into that role, and it was
you get 3 weekends.
Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. So I only work 8-hour days, 4 days a week.
3 days
and I'm
off.
at the lowest end of full time. You can still receive insurance. I work 32 hours a week, and I get Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
That'd be nice.
So I do get I get 3-day weekends, and I actually feel like it's been so rewarding for myself and for my family because I don't feel like I'm just always at work. Like, I do feel like I have time to actually just relax.
Yeah.
And not just be running around like a crazy person all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always at home, so then when it is the weekends or something, I try to leave, and then, you know, sometimes he's like, well, where are you going now? I'm like, I'm here all the time. Like, I have to get away from the house. But then when it's wintertime and the season depression really kicks in, he makes me get out, because then I'm like, no, I just need to go to the bed, and I don't want to see people. I don't want to see the light. Let me live. Let me be in my dungeon. I just want to lay in peace and quiet. So it kind of fluctuates on that. But people are like, oh, you work from home. I'm sure you get to do what you want. Not with my work, not with my customers, not with my boss. Because the moment I get up to do something like laundry, something easy, I get a Teams call and it haunts me in my sleep. But our company does provide what they call Freedom Fridays. So you're supposed to be done by like 12, as long as you work your 40 hours somehow and during the rest of the week. I will literally work 8 to 5 straight through. I never really have like a lunch or anything, unless I have an appointment for any reason. But we've never really used those. Like, we have kind of here and there, but a lot of people that have been with the company, like, they just, by noon on Friday, their things will change on the Teams and they're gone. And so we're like, okay, we really need to like start focusing on this, because we can't just use it during summer. Like, we really need to utilize this as much as we can, even though it's not a full day. It's 2.5 days is better than just 2 days.
I think, and that's what's so hard. Like, I wish I had more advice to give the submission. Yeah. Because I really feel like it is a widespread issue in America that everybody feels burnout. Everybody doesn't feel like they have enough time to do the things that they enjoy, like their hobbies or family time. And it just makes you feel like you're failing both at work and at home. Yeah. And I think the answer to that is changing people's schedules. And a lot of, in my current department at the hospital, like a lot of us have gone to 4 days a week. Now, sometimes that means 4 9s. Some people are working 4 10s. Yeah. Some people are working 3 12s. Some people agree to just work.
To do an at-home job 3 12s.
Oh, it'd be awesome. I mean, it sucks. It's long 3 days, but then you have so many days off.
Yeah, I do miss that, working out like the urgent care in the hospital.
So I think, there's, and thankfully, like, our manager's been really cool and, like, tried to accommodate people. And they're like, you guys are a little bit different. You're like ancillary staff. So you guys, like, we are not giving report. A nurse has to be there right at a certain time. And, have to be there. And they work their 3 12s, and then they have to do mandatory overtime and, like, all these other things. But I don't know what your job is necessarily, but I do think that I wish there was a better solution for a lot of companies.
Because you're not alone. We feel the same way, and I think if this is a universal issue, or maybe it's just America, it's probably just America issue, and I think that a lot of, I think some places in America, some companies have announced that they are going down to 4 days a week just to test it, and I think that's great. I think you would have, like, I think your employees would be more ambitious and willing to go the extra mile, because right now I feel like, if you're working a salary job, you're working more than 40 hours and, you may not take a lunch break or whatever it may be. So, our answer would obviously be 3-day weekends, but still get paid 40 hours. Yeah. Or whatever it may be. But that's not, we can't. No. But you're not alone.
And I, when I cut my hours back, like, I did lose out on money. It was just something that, for me personally, it was worth losing, like, $300 for a day that I don't work. than to go to work that day.
Yeah.
That work-life balance was more important for me.
And if you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, then maybe it is time for, to look at a different career option, because
or remote job or something. I don't know.
have a degree in communications and I don't use it. And I've changed jobs multiple times because, it's usually the management. But if a job is not making me happy and I'm becoming more like, if my family can notice it, or like my fiance is like, your mood's awful every time you come home from work, it's time to change a job.
Yeah.
And I think with our generation and the younger generation, we're more prone to switch multiple jobs in our life than our parents are like, no, you have to stick with that one job for the rest of your life. Like, you got to get that retirement.
No.
We ain't going to say retirement, so just switch the job and make yourself happy. Or if you can work being a server, then your schedule's not as bad. Or like part-time in retail or something that's not as intense. Or try to see if you can work for a small business where they're a little bit more lenient or more caring. So I think
family-oriented businesses too. I think you might, or maybe more vacation days, or use your vacation days.
Oh, I use mine.
Maybe put in a vacation day like for every Monday or every Friday for like a month, and just take a break. If you have the time, use it and just give yourself a little piece of that work-life balance back.
Because remember this, if something were to happen to you, they're going to replace you as soon as possible. They do not care. Unless it's like family owned, then they might care. But typically, your team might care. But like the company itself, you're replaceable. Yeah. So anyways, anyone else, let us know in the comments what you think about this topic.
Yeah.
Let us know how you deal with work-life balance, how it best fits your life, and how you found loopholes to just become, have more energy, more happiness, and be more content with your job and
how to get out of that rut. Because honestly, Brooke and I don't have a whole lot of advice for this.
Because we're stuck.
A lot of people feel this way. You're definitely not alone.
No. So let us know what you think. Make sure to follow us on our social medias at Dear Dilemma, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. See you next time.
See ya.